Thank you for the introduction. This is not my first time that I'm presenting to you this morning, and I'm looking forward to sharing some of our new vision and strategy with you. Thank you for all of you attending, including our partners, so customers and partners. Really exciting event for us from an insurance point of view, and I hope you enjoy the message that I have to share. We are, of course, in a digital age. You heard Larry speak about information and the information age. But the biggest thing that has hit the insurance industry is the introduction of digital. It's really turned the industry upside down. And over the last year to 18 months, we have seen big changes in the industry particularly, and I want to share some of that with you. First off, a message about us in insurance. In 2008, Oracle was still on its acquisition strategy, but at that point in time, acquisitions were made in vertical industries. We made some acquisitions in 2008 to firmly position Oracle as a provider of insurance and core insurance systems. We were able, from that point onwards, to provide insurance companies with core life insurance systems, so we can do absolutely everything that you need from a core life insurance point of view inside an Oracle system, run the heart of your business. So from a term life through to a variable annuity and anything in between, I can do for you. We also provided, from that point onwards, not just individual life, but group life in one package. So you can run your group and your individual life applications in one package. In 2011, we incorporated our health insurance division. We have a product that runs health payers as an application. And in addition to that, we have healthcare applications that run hospitals, so we could do both of them. We have core applications today running health payers applications to the point that they do 99.2 straight-through processing for health insurance claims. Not many of you know this, I'm sure. And then we made some further investments as we went along, and today we can actually provide P&C, life and health insurance applications. We also have data exchanges just for insurance, so it's an insurance data exchange that exchanges information between 27 of the largest insurers in the world, 8,500 agents, and 800 brokers on a day-to-day basis. Now, many people don't know this, hence why we're introducing you to what we can do in insurance. We've invested more than $350 million in insurance in our insurance applications from 2008. That's a lot of money just in your industry. And this is a serious investment, and one of my messages to you today is Oracle is serious about the insurance industry, and we have the applications to support your business. I can provide from a database right through to your portal and anything in between, and we can do Oracle Insurance in a box for you. It'll be interesting to share some information with you later. Right. Now more about the industry. That was my introduction. So what are we hearing in the industry today? Certainly the top boardroom priorities that I particularly are sharing with CEOs and senior management across Europe, Middle East, Africa, and even into Asia Pac, which is part of my region. We see that digital transformation is leading the pack in terms of what we need to do in our organization. And I'm going to share why this is important for the insurance industry in the next few slides. But certainly some of the other areas that we see listed upon here, the growth in non-traditional markets, I will certainly introduce you to some of those this morning. Demand for faster innovation cycles, bringing products to market much quicker, pay-as-you-go products, maybe a bundle of products under one banner. These are priorities that the insurance industry are struggling with. So in order to understand this digital transformation, we've been working with many leaders in the industry for a while now. And the thing that is most important to understand is this radically improve performance and reach of your organization using digital technology. This is not about just applying digital technology. It's there already. Who hasn't got a cell phone? Who hasn't got two? We are here using this technology already, but it's how I transform my business to actually be involved in that conversation. And in doing so, I need to be understanding what it means to be involved in the Internet of Things. Some of you might have read about the Internet of Things and what that means and how it impacts your business. Using smart devices, but more importantly, applying analytics on a day-to-day basis. I made a statement at a conference 2 years ago, and I said, if an insurance firm cannot understand the analytics in its business and how to apply it, it will be the loser of the industry. And today, with the entrance of Google as an example into this industry, Alibaba as an entrance into this industry. You just heard Larry speak about the fact that information is everything. It's all about how you harness it. And certainly Google knows a lot more about your customers than what you know about them. So the question is, what do you want to do about it? Become an expert in analytics. Become a user in the cloud and really transform your organization is maybe the answer. So let me just see by a raise of hands, who does not use any one of these applications today? Right? Everybody is involved with one of these apps. Excellent news for me. If somebody said no, I was in trouble. So I want to give you an example, and I'll relate this in a minute. The impact of digital in the industry today. Hyatt was started up 50 years ago. Airbnb was started up 6 years ago. And I'm sure many of you have booked rooms on Airbnb. Right? I see lots of nods in the crowd. Here's another interesting stat. 550 properties are owned by Hyatt. Over 800,000 are on the listing of Airbnb, yet they don't own a single property. Interesting fact, maybe. But here's the most interesting one. If you look at their valuation as a multiple of revenue, Airbnb could acquire Hyatt with small change. Now that's the scary fact. Now here's how it relates to the insurance industry. The investment in fintechs. Fintech is the industry that you're in. Financial services technology companies. You're actually involved in this industry. In a short period of time, 4.8 billion of funding was put into fintechs. Remember, these guys don't have any issues with brick and mortar. They can start their business up tomorrow. Good example of a fintech is PayPal. What happened to PayPal? Everybody thought, no, well, it's just another company on the corner, nobody's going to use it. It's one of the largest companies in the world at the moment. Right? Here's what fintech delivered. Who's heard of Friends Insurance in this audience? Anybody? Except for the people that I presented yesterday. Here we have one. Innovation Award winner for insurance. What have these guys done? They sat around, and I will describe the customer at the moment, in a few moments. They sat around and they said, we don't want to be part of the insurance industry as it is today. We're going to create our own insurance. They combine friends together, they pool their funds, and they do their own insurance. They're not even part of your customer base at all, and they're growing like you cannot believe. 2010, this company was already in existence, and today they're growing hand over hand. Right, so they're not part of the formal insurance industry. Another example, Analyze Re. These guys went to the market and said, actuaries are the most expensive thing in the market. So let's go to the open source. Those are the questions that you have to answer. And it's a tough one because the demands are coming from the industry rather than from you creating that demand. Here's some other statistics. Drivers for a digital strategy. In speaking to the customer base, this was quite an extensive research that was done by EY. 66% of the customers are driving the demands for a digital strategy. Look at that percentage there. Enriching customer experience, regaining more direct control of a customer relationship, and attracting prospective customers and increasing sales. These are the drivers that you, from a customer experience, are saying that I want to be able to deliver to. Yet the question is, behind the scenes, can I do this? Have I been able to transform my organization? There is a change in IT spend. If we listen to Sellent and Jamie McGregor, we can see there's an up in spend in every single region to enable digital. So there is some change happening. When we talk to our customers now, we need to understand where they are in their journey for digital. So let's quickly see, maybe, I won't do a poll, but just sit and identify yourself where you are here. The first thing that we want to do is we want to establish a web presence, marketing brand, and mostly one-way interaction. This is where most of you should already be. I'm sure you all have a website, maybe even an app, and you're doing some branding and you're actually talking to your customer base. Good one. First step. The next one is to put yourself in a digital and mobile commerce strategy. Do full transacting over the web. Adding digital distribution to it, so it's claims as well as and new business, and then adding mobile capabilities. We find that most of our customers are probably somewhere between 1 and 1.5, trying to conclude this picture. Because full transacting over the web is not the easiest thing when your systems can't allow you to do this. Then, lastly, new brand focused on pure digital products. In other words, from ground up, have you designed a product that is a digital product itself? I haven't designed it based on the fact that we think that this is a product the market needs. We've looked at the market need and designed it backwards as a digital product. Simplification of the product, but not oversimplification, because then it won't sell, right? It's got to be designed in such a way that it actually makes sense. And this also helps with bank assurance, which is something that we see a big growth in at the moment. So digital helps tremendously with your bank assurance drivers. And we have recently now seen the growth of this particular area through a transaction that we did actually out in Asia Pac, where we've put our digital exchange in place. We're adding that digital exchange as a transacting hub between 8 insurers and the customer, in this case, is Standard Chartered Bank. So they own our Oracle Insurance Data Exchange. They've put in our Oracle Insurance Policy Administration to replicate the products with each one of the insurers. And in the front end, they're putting the Oracle Agency Exchange to actually do the transacting. What this does is it allows them to pick up the data for their big data analytics. It also allows them to manage all the commissions and fees, which is always a headache for the bank insurer, right? Because they want to know that's bottom line profit. Now on the other side, the insurers are saying, oh, they're not even using our systems anymore. They're emulating our products, so we're out of the conversation. Now we're having conversations with the firms, the insurance firms, to actually replicate the product so that they can integrate directly, creating a full e-commerce solution. That's full transacting. So a consumer can even look into the system of the insurer, the bank can look into the insurer, and vice versa. Get full updates. Really interesting scenario. Now, capabilities for digital insurance transformation. We've identified 5 core areas that you need to have capability on to transform your organization digitally. Right? The first being digital communication. So you need to be able to have two-way communication with all stakeholders, giving them access through any device at any time. Right, so full, and the scenario I just described is one of those. Distribution cloud, so empowering all your agents and brokers with the proper digital tools to drive that ease of business. So literally putting your distribution out there and available to the marketplace. And you can decide who's the tenants and who you sign up, but literally make it available so that you can make decisions quite quickly. You need to have a flexible core. The days of taking 9 months to get to a product to the market is over. You need to be able to do this probably by the week, if not by the minute, if you can. So in other words, have you got the core to be so flexible that it enables your digital distribution strategy? So this cannot be, I need to go and do coding. It literally has to be configuration, checking it with the actuary through a what-if scenario and getting it to the market. It cannot be coding. If you're doing coding in your core system today, you will not survive the digital transformation of insurance. Because you can't get products to the market quick enough. Connected collaboration. This is where we want to make sure that we have straight-through processing as much as possible. Digital requires this, no manual transacting. And then lastly, and probably the most important one of them, is the application of big data analytics. Yes, Google is out there, but Google has only got public information. You can get that same information. You have your own pool of information that you can also pull on. And if you look at the case of Vitality in the UK, and what they're doing with lifestyle management now, how they're applying that information from a health insurance point of view, driving the health of their customer base up, reducing their claims, and driving out the profitability of the individual because they stay in touch with him. Every single time the individual uses his wearable, swipes a card at a gym, goes to a movie, they know it because the customer is willingly sharing the information with them. This is where the industry is going. So, my last slide would be for you to rethink the following in terms of those capabilities. Understand what role your flexible core is playing for you to actually enable your digital insurance. Is it holding you back or is it enabling you? This is the starting point. If you get this wrong, all the other layers become problematic for you. Once you have that done, putting connected collaboration in place is a big step forward because it links your brokers, your agents, your bank insurance channel to your business itself and get straight through processing so that we can actually apply big data analytics on top of it. And then applying the digital communication and the distribution cloud on it is easy. But if any one of these layers is not functioning properly, you have a problem. And so our message to the market today is really work hard at each one of these layers to understand what they are doing as part of your digital transformation. We are working with multiple customers across the region today to actually map out their digital path. We have a workshop that we do with them where they can understand how to enable their business from a digital point of view. And we sit down and we literally even map out new product sets for them, new distribution strategies, new servicing strategies. And in each one of those cases, companies find them in different scenarios. Now, if I go back to the previous slide, I said I will talk to you about InShared. What InShared is a group of insurers. They're a composite insurer, so they do life, health, and P&C. And what they decided is, let's create our biggest competitor inside the group. So they went and they created a digital insurance company inside their group so they can understand how they must move the rest of the organization to become a digital insurer. So that was a very interesting one because in the 3 steps, their existing organization was sort of a 1.2, But they created InShared as a solid three, full digital insurer. And now they're moving the rest of the organization into what is a full digital insurer. And literally, we probably, if we take a 5-year look out, insurance is going to be in a very different space. Already we have the introduction of autonomy vehicles coming in. And I've been closely looking at vehicles that actually are able to fly. There's 2 of them that are legally now approved by the FDA. One in the US, and a guy out of Slovakia has actually created a car that can fly. But now combine that with autonomous vehicles. So I press the button, I sit back and I read my paper. Who's the insured? Who's actually the insured? If something goes wrong, is it the computer that's driving the autonomous vehicle? So the insurance game, the way that you manage risk, will become something that becomes changeable in microseconds. Literally, maybe the way that we should be going to the market is saying, for a certain budgetary value, I can give you this insurance. You get this life insurance, this health insurance, this P&C insurance. And as your lifestyle changes happen, we can just change it and map it for you. That's where we're currently thinking of helping our customer base, which is a very different world that we are in at the moment. So as we go into these interesting times, we'd love to be in a conversation with you and discuss some of these interesting topics. We're certainly staying on top of the game. We're designing our strategy to support you and actually enable you to get into this digital insurance age. And with that, I leave you, and I hope that you will reach out to us. We will be doing a webcast to show you how to do this in the near future. So you'll get an email invite, and we'll do a webcast with you to follow up on how we actually enable digital insurance. Thank you so much. I think that's it. Thank you so much.